Hi, this is Shane. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your time and your willingness to learn something new, right?
Absolutely. So our last room that we're in today in this series is the study. And more than ever, Shane, and people are working from home.
Yeah.
And that really doesn't seem like it's going to change anytime soon.
No.
Now, of course, with the advent of working from home, we've got things like Zoom and Google Meets. And of course, you can put a fake background, but it's always nicer if you actually have a really nice background.
Oh, yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So let's talk about some of the components that are going into that. So first and foremost, we've got this accent wall here that is tiled in a herringbone tone-on-tone style. We've got some probably marble or quartz here that they've done, and it is just a great background. It gives some texture without forcing pattern, right? Now, the second thing to look at is the open shelving. Now, notice that this shelving is in the same color as the lowers in the kitchen. We've seen this color in the beams in the dining room. We see this color in the file cabinets here. So it is all an intentionally cohesive situation.
Yes.
Now, they did find a desk that also echoes that color. It's a little bit of a variation, but it's a very similar color palette. Now, on the open shelving, notice they're not cluttered with a bunch of stuff. It is a very well curated, but very intentional and very welcoming and personal way of displaying books and things that are important to you. So maybe you have an important picture that you want to put up, or some pieces from travels or whatever. This is the place to display those things. Now, tip 3 is bold abstract art. Now we have art here that features the olive green that we've seen before. It is framed in black. It has the taupe in there. So it is all a really nice reminder of the cohesiveness that intentional color palette can bring to a space.
Now, one of the things that I'm noticing is like a balance here. We've got the decanter with the glasses. So this isn't all work, right?
No, this could be somewhere where you could take a call, where you could unwind after work at the end of a day. You know, it's very much a Mad Men approach to work and life, right? We're kind of blending it, but also taking care of maybe our mental health.
Yeah.
You know? So the last thing that I want to talk about is the layered lighting. So we have recessed lighting, and that's a pretty standard way to light a room.
Right.
But we also have this fantastic light fixture. Now, we've seen this material featured in the pendants in the primary bathroom.
Right.
And in much of the decor, it looks like a natural stone, but it's illuminated by this gorgeous light. If it were me, I would want to turn off the overhead lighting and just use this.
Right, right.
It makes for a really, really significant and special moment here in a workspace.
Yes, absolutely agree. When you think about work and workspace, it's really just, you know, cookie cutter type, but having a fixture like this really just gets away from all of that.
Yes.
And you're really making a more relaxing space for sure.
It does take you to the next level as far as feeling in an elevated space where you can work. Now, to that note, we have a desk chair here. Now, it still spins, it swivels, it leans, and all of that, but it's not your standard issue office desk chair. So we've got some caning here. It's framed out with black. This really helps to echo the modern organic aesthetic that has been going on throughout this house, and it's just a really nice touch to really bring things home.
I would say so. Man, I would love this to be my office. That's for sure.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. So I hope that helped you figure out some new ideas for your study. There are many ideas out there. If you want some additional inspiration, I would suggest looking at Pinterest. Use the keywords modern organic, use the keywords moody earthy aesthetic. And also you might think, especially for studies, there is a style called modern masculine, and this is a great example of that. Now, there's a lot of overlap in many of these styles, but if you want to find inspiration, those would be the keywords that you would use.
That's great information. All right. Well, thank you all for being here. We enjoyed being here for sure, And thank you for joining us, and thank you, Victoria, for all of your insight and knowledge. We really appreciate
We'll
it.
see you next time, guys.